Oh hell no. Oh hell no. Hey brownies, what do you say? Bring us to a Super Bowl someday. Oh hell no. Oh hell no. The brownies can't even win a game. Guess we'll never see a Super Bowl. Not that bad, right? Yeah, that's pretty bad. But still. Cleveland. Cleveland. Two teams are decently well enough to make it to the finals. One was great enough to win a finals. At least the Indians can make a World Series. The Cavs can win a finals to bring a championship to Cleveland. But one team that the entire city of Cleveland seems to love, but they just can't seem to do anything. The Browns, the Cleveland Browns, the disbelieveland Browns. 0-9 season, and I can't believe that we could really be the second team in NFL history to go 0-16, and it's just awful to think that. But listen, the sports gods are changing, and this is why I believe that the Browns before 2020 will either make it to a Super Bowl or win a Super Bowl. This is why I think that. The Cubs have gone 108 seasons without a World Series championship, and they finally got it. So the sports gods are changing, and I really do believe that the Browns are getting better, even though they look like trash right now. Trust me, I know this. But have you noticed something? I don't think anybody's ever talked about this yet. They're managing to stay in almost every game, and they're not finishing. If you ever noticed, Hugh Jackson seems to lay low, like lay off at the end of the games. I don't think he's trying to win. I think he's purposely trying to lose right now. And listen, the San Francisco 49ers have only won a game so far this season. Right now, they have the second pick in the draft, and the Browns have the first pick in the draft next year. The Browns do not have a very well starting quarterback in Cody Kessler. Josh McCown's probably going to retire here soon. And RG3, yeah, we already know where that went. But listen, Hugh Jackson wants that first pick. He wants a quarterback that he knows that he can work on. And everybody's probably like, oh, Hugh Jackson looks like he sucks. He looks like he's never going to do anything with this team. They should have just kept Mike Pettin and Ray Farmer. They probably would have done a lot. No. Ray Farmer, his picks so far, we have none of his picks that he's picked. I did like Mike Pettin. I really wish that we wouldn't have got rid of him. He seemed like he was doing something to the team at least. But, okay. Hugh Jackson is probably purposely losing. Listen, if they would have started Josh McCown today, I have no doubt that we could have won that game today. Well, our defense did kind of suck, but still, I have no doubt that we could have won today if Josh McCown started as our quarterback instead of Cody Kessler. I do like Cody Kessler. I like him a lot. I think that when we get this new rookie with the first pick in the draft, that we will do something with Cody Kessler, and it'll probably make him a second string, and he's going to be something good someday. And I know that a lot of people are like, oh my god, he's a Browns fan. He's just saying it because he thinks that they're going to be good because he's a Browns fan. He knows that they're not good, but he thinks they're going to be good. And every Brown thing thinks they're going to be. Yeah, I don't need to listen to all the Steelers, New England Patriots, Seattle, and any other fans out there that think that they know that their team is the best, even though Patriots cheaters and Steelers have the most obnoxious fans in the world. But so we're purposely losing at the end of these games. Because I have no doubt that we could finish half of these games. That we do. It's like that. It's like we're not even trying at the end of the games. And I know why. Hugh Jackson wants that first pick, but he knows if we win a game, and then if we at least win 2 games, and then San Francisco only goes 1-15, and we go 2-14, San Francisco ends up with that first pick, and we don't, and they take the person that he wants. Hugh Jackson wants to make sure he locks in this guy that he wants. He really wants someone in the draft next year that he knows that he wants to get, and I think that's the reason why we're losing all these games, because San Francisco has only won a game. And something would happen to where, even if we tied both 1-15, something would happen to where San Francisco would still get the first pick and we still get the second pick. Hugh Jackson wouldn't get what he wanted. So if San Francisco wins a second game and we win a game, I'm going to say that this theory was true. Because if San Francisco goes 2-14 and then we mysteriously win a game after that happens, I'm gonna be a little suspicious because it just doesn't seem right. But another thing is this is a team full of rookies and second year people. Cam Irving, Danny Shelton, and then almost our whole defensive line is nothing but rookies right now. We have a couple good veteran players, Joe Thomas and Joe Hayden and Tramon Williams at both of those corners, and then Joe Thomas sticking on the left tackle. And then Josh Gordon goes into rehab and all this stupid stuff. Corey Coleman. Oh, wow. My bad, guys. Corey Coleman looks like he could be a dominant receiver as long as he can stay healthy. And there's a couple of the key parts that we need. We need a quarterback for sure. And then just wait. Next year we're going to explode. And then the year after that, I'm going to say, all right, maybe 2020 is a little too soon. So I'm going to say by 2025, the Browns will have at least made it to Super Bowl or have won a Super Bowl. And I'm being completely legit about this. I have us going in 2 years 11-5, and that's going to be stunning to some people. And they're like, oh my God, you had them going 11-5 teams. Oh my God, you're a Browns fan. But who cares? Really? It's your own team. Like, I could be one of these people that, oh my God, look at this, Seattle won the Super Bowl. I'm going to go jump on them. I'm not going to stick with Cleveland because they're pretty awful. Even though that's what a true sports fan is. Even if your team sucks, you still stay with them. Just because your team sucks and another team wins a Super Bowl doesn't mean you dump off that team and go to another team. AKA Cubs fans. Anyway, still, it just doesn't make any sense that we're losing all these games even though we're staying in every game. 20-7 lead against the Jets, and the Jets can somehow rally back. No. Our defense put up a hell of a fight in the first half, and then somehow they just decide to slow down. No. Same thing happened in what game was it? The Baltimore game. We were winning 20 to something, and then Hugh Jackson started to lay him off. He said, okay, we can't win this game. We got to purposely lose, guys. So they come back and they rally back. Baltimore wins 24-20. It just seems too much of a coincidence for this to be happening for Cleveland. This is what I think is going to happen. Maybe even next year. The Cavs are going to go to the finals again and win. Indians are going to make it to the World Series and win. The Browns are going to make it to Super Bowl and win. We're going to have a trifecta in our city. And we are going to have... The curse is over in our city. The curse has been lifted. Ever since that guy won the UFC fight in Cleveland, I can't remember his name. Right after that, the Lake Erie Monsters won the championship. Right after that, Cleveland Cavaliers go to the NBA Finals and win. Right after that, maybe the Indians didn't finish out the World Series, but hey, they made it to a Game 7. They put up a hell of a fight, and they almost won. The Browns are the only thing that are straggling along, but this is where it comes in. This year has been so different. A team of nothing but basically rookies are out there putting up a hell of a fight in almost every game, and they're almost winning. We should be at least 6-2 right now. Loss against the New England Patriots. Okay, maybe not. Wait, did I say 6-2? No, my bad. 6-3. 6-3. The three losses that we should have: the Philadelphia Eagles, the New England Patriots, and the Dallas Cowboys today. Those should be the three games we have lost, and we should be 6-3 instead of an 0-9 season. But the reason we're at an 0-9 season right now is because Hugh Jackson is laying off in the end of every quarter, and because he wants that first pick. And I don't blame him. There's probably something really good that he sees in this quarterback that's coming out in the draft. He's probably looking at the one from what's it? I can't remember the I can't remember the school. I think it might be. I can't remember. But Harvard. That's where Harvard. He's looking at this quarterback from Harvard, and he's like, wow, I really like this kid. Maybe it reminds me of Andy Dalton a little bit. You see how he worked out Andy Dalton? A fourth or fifth round pick makes him into one of the top 100 players in the NFL last year. Yeah. Exactly. He is going to turn this team around, and a lot of people are probably like, oh, he's only going to be there for 2 years and he's gone. No. Hugh Jackson would not come to Cleveland for 2 years and then be gone. Jimmy Haslam probably called him up and said, hey, how would you like a shot in Cleveland? Hugh Jackson sits there and thinks about it, and he's like, listen, I'm not going to come here and coach for 2 years and then you're going to fire me. Give me at least 5 years to make me get this team the way I want it, and if it still sucks, then you can fire me. But I want at least 5 years to get this team to the way I want it. I want to build this team the way I want, and that's why he was in there with oh my God, I can't remember our GM's name. Sashi Brown. That's why he was in there with Sashi Brown on draft day. He was sitting there, he could have had Dak Prescott. He could have had not Connor Shaw, my bad. Connor Cook. He could have had Carson Wentz. He could have had Jared Goff. He could have picked any of these people. But you know what he did? He's like, hey, look at this Cody Kessler guy. He looks pretty dominant. Look at this Corey Coleman guy. Look at this Emmanuel Ogbah. Look at this Carl Nassib. Look at all these people that we should definitely put on our team. Look at Ricardo Lewis. Look at all these rookies that everybody's just thinking about, oh, we're going to pass up on them because they're not our material. These guys are going to be something. Ricardo Lewis looks like a dominant wide receiver. Terrell Pryor, I know he's not a rookie, but look at him changing from quarterback to wide receiver. He worked with Hugh Jackson back in Oakland whenever Hugh Jackson was the head coach. Took the Oakland Raiders 8-8, even though they sucked the years prior to that. And I know I'm going on about this, but listen, this team is going to be something within the next few years. I promise. They're going to at least make the playoffs. I'm gonna project them making the playoffs at least 2019. Might not be a Super Bowl year, but hey, 2021 to 2023, we're going to have a Super Bowl ring on their hands. I promise. We're going to have a Lombardi Trophy in Cleveland. We're going to have so many cool things happening in Cleveland. We're going to have a World Series, NBA Finals, Super Bowl champions. Anything they could put their mind to. Sports life is changing. The Chicago Cubs have won the World Series after 108 losses in the 108 lost seasons. And hey, who's to say that the Browns can't do that? Everybody put the Chicago Cubs on the side, saying like, oh, they're never going to win a World Series again. They're never going to make it again. They're never going to do anything because they're a terrible team. Well, look what they did. They won the World Series this year. And guess what? We're about to do something. Bam. I will see you guys in the next video. Later, day.